It's absolutely crazy how far the Rippaverse haters will go in order to just try to destroy anybody who says anything positive about Eric July. It's freaking weird. Like, just get lives. But this is the reality we live in. And I actually had to deal with this because there's a lot of people who are just triggered by the fact that I wrote an article, which actually is just an interview with Eric. And they didn't even read the article. They just read the headline, of course, is what they did, and got mad. And so they were unable to just get over that over the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm going to go spend time with my family and have some fun. I want to say thank you, everybody, for being viewers of the channel, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your families as well. I hope these people have a happy Thanksgiving too, and get off the internet because they really need to. So here's my article. It is Eric July. Is Eric July the new Stan Lee with his multi-million-dollar Rippaverse comics? Now, he has an interesting situation going on here, and it's worthy of posing the question. I mean, each one of his comics has made more than $1 million so far, and he is hiring A-list talent actually and farming it out and building a whole universe out of things, which is a little more than most comic creators do on the indie level, which is why I asked the question. And then, of course, this just becomes an interview with Eric asking him about the Rippaverse. It's a lot of fun. We'll put this link in the description below if you want to read this interview. I'm also going to put in the description below my book, Top Grift. And this is a book that is, of course, an aspirational thing about a guy who has to overcome online grifters like Andrew Tate and things like that in order to become his own man. It's a really good story for young men, which is what we're trying to do here, make positive role models for young men. And on top of it, it's done by artist Mike S. Miller, who did DC's Injustice. So I'm actually doing a big thing here. Maybe if Eric's the Black Stan Lee, I'd be the Hispanic Stan Lee. That'll trigger some people too. So let's get into the triggered people on this. Both of these will be in the description below. Thank you guys. Please support our books, support our efforts. We appreciate you. So this is what's happening. Detractors coping with a recent article that asks an innocent question. It's just a question. Is Eric July the new Stan Lee with his multi-million-dollar Rippaverse comics? And of course, that's going to get people interested in, and I'm a political website. So if you're looking at it on pjmedia.com, we're trying to get normal people who are into politics figuring out like what is happening with comics here. Why is this a story for them? And that way they get to see the interview and see exactly what's happening with Eric July and his stuff. So, and please don't compare that self-hating son of a bee to Stan Lee. Oh my gosh, angry. Allow me to answer this question. By the way, if you're putting asterisks in your posts, it's cringe, and never do that. No. Stan Lee put blood, sweat, and tears with his comics to the world. Wait, what? So Eric doesn't work hard? That's a crazy assertion. No, because Stan Lee put blood, sweat, and tears. It's like they say the same thing. Wait a minute. Are these sock accounts? It looks like it. Media buys through Beck's network. By the way, nobody bought this media. I just did this because I thought it was fun. I thought the PJ Media audience would like to see this article. So this is nonsense too. Very silly of these sort of critics who are not even genuine critics, because obviously you see that they're repeating the same lines and then making weird claims that Glenn Beck is buying article time. Glenn Beck, if you watch these videos, by the way, please pay me. That'd be fantastic. I would love this. Amazing. But they didn't stop there. And this is what happens with the Rippaverse goalposts. There we have the major detractor, Victoria here, who loves to harass both me and Eric July on the internet. She actually tags the managing editor of PJ Media, where I write, and tries to get me canceled and fired, saying that Roger Simon would have never allowed a hack like John Delarose to write for his website. I don't know how I'm a hack. I mean, my journalist credentials really speak for themselves. I've done a lot with Bounding into Comics, of course. I've worked for The Federalist, which, you know, I mean, that's some pretty big credentials right there. I've done writing for Milo Yiannopoulos. So I don't know where Vicky's getting this at the end of the day. She used to retweet my articles before she decided she hated me just because I'm nice to Ethan Van Sciver. It comes down to it's really sad to watch this lady, how cringe she is on the internet. So she tries to tag my boss and tries to get me fired from PJ Media. Well, my boss, of course, did not care and has not responded. We laughed about it in DM, Vicky, so sorry about that. It's not going to work this time. Go back to your homeless shelter and go harass somebody else, or at least try to like get your life in order, like so you could like spend time with your family for Thanksgiving. My gosh, very sad. So this is it. This triggered her so much. And of course, she says it's embarrassing. It starts out with a verifiable false fact that July outsold DC and Marvel. If you look at the number of units that ISOM has sold, it sells more than a lot of Marvel and DC's line, which is what I assert in there. That's a completely true and verifiable fact that is easy to check out. You can check out the stats for Marvel and DC sales on ICV2. And of course, if you go to graphic novels, because these are full graphic novels, not just comics, he's outselling them by factors of 10. So it's absolutely crazy. And Vicky is, of course, lying. But I know my comic book news, and that's why they call me the most trusted name in comic book news at the end of the day. So read the article for yourself. It's just an interview, like I said. I think I asked some pretty good questions, and I think Eric answered pretty well, too. And I think you'll enjoy it on your holiday weekend while you're perusing your phone instead of maybe avoiding your crazy uncle or something like that. And, of course, make sure to back Top Grift as well, because we are building a beautiful, beautiful thing here. I've written 12 graphic novels, if you're new to the channel, and more. I don't even count the single issues like this that I do in my tallies, because I just write so much. I'm very prolific, and you'll really enjoy what is going on here. If you like the Rippaverse, you're going to enjoy our stuff too. Well, thank you very much, and thank you. Yeah, I said it again. We'll fix it and edit, even though I don't edit. Happy Thanksgiving. See you.